Alright, we're going to be watching Monke, who's playing Mercy on Hollywood. This is Diamond 5. If I had to guess, I would say it's console. Mercy VOD review, need some advice. By no means a good game on my end. I kept on overcommitting into fights, and that resulted in me dying way more often than I should have. Mainly asking for advice on damage boost versus healing and how I can stop myself from overcommitting to these fights. Any advice is appreciated. This is going to be another mini review, not going to do the full one. I'm going to cover the first point defense up until the point is lost, and we're going to go over that. So, as usual for Mercy, I think Mercy tends to have the most straightforward advice of all the possible heroes. It pretty much always comes down to damage boosting more, staying alive, healing / damage boosting at the right targets at the right time, and when to Valk. And not overexposing yourself. It's pretty much default the same advice for every single level, just get better and better at it. So we're going to start at the beginning. You're going to damage boost Fire Strike, which is great. He does it too early, but that's not really your fault. So after he's double Fire Strike, you really should damage boost somebody else. He has no real ability to hit anybody with Fire Strikes. Also, once they start moving in the open field, the odds of him hitting Fire Strike are very, very low. I would damage boost the Torb here, who has a pretty good chance at getting hits. So there's no reason not to be damage boosting the Torb. See how you're still damage boosting the Ryan? He has a shield up. You're still damage boosting. You should already have rotated the top of building right now. I'll call this balcony, right? So you heal Torb up, that's fine. As a note, you should always remember what your other support is and what their job is, okay? So if there's a Moira here, your Moira is the primary healer, so it's her job to keep the Rhine up and to some extent keep the Torb up. Your job is to keep the Soldier up with maximum uptime and to some extent rotate to the Torb, okay? So I would focus way less on healing the Rhine and more on enabling the Soldier. That's really your job here. Damage boosting the Soldier, you really shouldn't be jumping. Jumping is bad. No time to go into that reason why. You could look it up. There's lots and lots of explanations as to why jumping is bad. Damage boosting the Soldier, yep. Keep damage boosting, yep. Heal him once he gets critical, great. This is fine. You see how you're drifting forwards right now? I don't think there's really a need to drift forward necessarily, but it's okay. They are down one. I think you're worried about the Rhine, but realistically, it should be your Moira that keeps your Rhine up in the situation. You do not want to expose yourself here. You're very overexposed right now. Like, granted, they don't actually have the right lineup to punish you in the situation, but I think that this is a bad habit in general to be this close. Like, the Ramattra could easily punch you. Like, you're so close to the Ramattra right then. In fact, he does punch you. Punch. Like right here, you're punchable, still punchable. He actually hits you with that one. Like, that's really bad chip damage you should not be taking. You're over concerned with trying to save your Ryan, who's, by the way, at full health, so you don't even need to be on him at all. Like, this is not your goal. Just keep damage boosting the Soldier or the Torb. The Torb is like in the middle of the fight. This is a mistake. Like, you're still healing the Rhine, but you should have been damage boosting. Now that he goes in, this is a really bad situation. I would just leave the Rhine, because I don't think you can realistically do much here. Yeah, you see how low you get? You should be dead. If the Torb hits one bullet there, I think you die. Like, literally one hit here and you would die. So, I think this is a bad play. I think that you should have just left the Rhine, right? Let the Rhine do his own thing, and just, like, enable your backline to kill the Torb, kill the turret, and then go save your Rhine. So, you're too concerned on what's happening to the left. You can hear / feel the pressure on your right now. Right, the orb is coming in. Like, you hear shooting. I would be careful because that Ashe could kill you very, very quickly. A pocketed headshot would kill you in one shot at this health. So you need to be very aware of where the Ashe positioning is. Again, over obsessed with trying to heal the Rhine, and instead you walked forward into the dynamite. It is really not your job to keep the Rhine alive. Let the Moira do it and just stay back. Right? Keep the Torb up, damage boost him. It's fine. See, once again, over-focus on the Rhine. You're way too close to the front line. You need to be rotating back. You just don't want to be playing outside of the choke at all. Alright, you've reset the default. You're healing right now, even though your Soldier is full health. By default, damage boost, right? Like, you could probably win a whole game by just damage boosting. I think it's unlikely you will consistently win games if you are healing. I mean, that's not entirely fair. I mean, realistically, you still need to heal at some points, but, like, you should be damage boosting as much as you could possibly get away with. Once again, you're drifting forward, trying to heal the tank. Your Moira's got it. Like, Moira's the highest single target healing hero in the game. You do not need to worry about your Rhine dying when your Moira is there. Like, if your Moira is not there, different story. But if your Moira alive here, already healing the Rhine, don't worry about him. Just keep damage boosting the Soldier. I think you dramatically underestimate how valuable damage boosting is. Again, you're obsessed with trying to keep your Rhine up. I mean, it is what it is, right? He's going to die here, but, like, I've already seen this part. It is what it is. You know, let your Moira deal with it and just keep your Soldier up and attacking. Like your Ryan made a mistake here. You're going to compound on this mistake by trying to res in front of the Ramatra, which is a terrible decision. Again, if you just damage boost the soldier here, maybe you flip this fight, right? You still have high ground control. They still have to get through this choke, right? They have no real way to challenging high ground. Your soldier could get picks on the way in, gives your Ryan time to respawn, and maybe you turn this. But trying to res there turns one mistake into two. So you're going to come out. You're going to try to. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the Torb. The Torb's gone. For whatever reason, Torb's gone. You're going to Valk and you're going to go to the point here. This is a big mistake. It's going to work out, but I think most of the time this does not work, and at higher ranks, there's 0% chance of this working. So you're going to fly. I'm just going to play it out so people can see like exactly what happens here. Okay, so your team does in fact end up capping the point. I think this is a really bad play. And the reason being is you're going to start Valk from here. You're going to start Valk from here. You're going to fly over the top, okay? The reason why this works is the fact that the Ashe is not playing up here, okay? The Ashe is over-concerned about trying to stop the Rhine right now instead of expecting there's a retake situation and playing back. And because she's too close, she eats that Fire Strike, which then makes her nervous, and then she's tunnel visioned. Nobody here is looking at you despite the fact that you are half health getting shot by a turret. If any of them attack you, you just die instantly here, and you waste Valk. You both die and waste Valk in this situation. I do not think this is the right call. I think that this is a decision that works at lower ranks early only, that nobody heard you, nobody sees you, nobody shoots you. There's some gambles you take. This is not the gamble that I personally would take. It's possible other Mercy players would agree with me. I tend to have a playstyle where I encourage good decision making that generally minimizes risks unless absolutely necessary. This did not feel like a risk that was necessary. It's not like this was like in overtime, at the very end of the game or something in the final round where it's like a win or draw situation or for a loser draw. Like that makes sense, obviously, to try this play. Right now, if they cap that, you would be dead and you wouldn't have Valk, which means the cart would move probably all the way over here without your team being able to recontest through one of the strongest defender favorite territory in the game. I think this is a bad call. It is going to work, so you can choose to completely disbelieve that my advice here, which is fine, right? I'm just one guy on the internet, but I think that this is a bad call. I would not have done that play. All right, damage boosting soldier. See, the soldier shouldn't drop here. There's no reason for the soldier to drop. He must be worried about the Ashe. Once he starts taking damage, you should heal them, but like you do it pretty much right away. I think this is the soldier's fault. He should not have given up high ground, which is going to be very, very bad. He needs to rotate. Once again, you're healing the Rhine, not your job. Just damage boost the DPS. Right, just focus on damage boosting. You're super overextended. They're coming through server right now. You're in bad position. You should just LOS this and just damage boost your soldier. Like, you're damage boosting your mortar right here. I think you're generally having trouble with the speed of the game. See? You're backing up, and then you're damage boosting right now, which is not great. I think you should be damaging the soldier here to give your soldier the chance to kill the Moira, or healing him, either way. You're damage boosting the Moira right now, despite the fact that's obviously not the right call. Then you go back to healing the Rhine. Again, not your job. Just damage boost the DPS. That's actually what you need to do to stop the push. Right? Healing your Rhine's not going to stop the push. Soldier gets a kill. You see the soldier get dove on, right? Healing orb right here or damage orb is a problem. The Moira dies on him with Fade, you must immediately start healing him. Okay, as long as you heal him here, it's impossible for him to die. But you're too slow to react to that. You go for the res in front of the Moira, which thankfully she has no other burst damage. Then you're going to heal the Rhine. This is the right call. This is the right time to heal the Rhine. Just LOS the Rhine by tucking into the corner and just standing still, right? Just right here, or just jiggle a little bit, and that way you don't take damage from Ramatra ult. Healing Rhine, great. It's fine. So when you cross here, you're losing track of what's happening to your left. For example, the Ashe could be staring at you right now, and you're just not looking at this at all. Like, a higher ranked Ashe just straight up kills you right now. It is a very, very easy kill. You didn't need to go heal the Rhine. He was fine. The Moira was already with him. You also lose out an opportunity right now to kill the Ashe with a pistol. See? Right? She's got 25 health right now. Just using a pistol. You're at 176 health. She's not going to kill you that fast. Just use pistol. AD strafe. She's dead. Nobody kills the Ashe. She gets healed up by the Mercy. Right? Damage boosting there was right call, except you switched to a heal for some reason. We can go back. Right, reset. Heal. Right. Again, you should get ready for the next push. You should be healing the Torb. You see the Torb missing a third of his health. Like there's nothing he can do right now. Just heal him. You should definitely top up the Torb. You fail to top up the Torb. I'd be really frustrated with the Torb. Right. He's been low the whole time, and you just haven't been healing him. You're damaging him when he had nobody to shoot. This is a really bad place to be stuck. Is out in the open. Right. Think about things like Visor, Ash, Bastion, etc. All kill you. Play in here. Right. Play cover. Just because you're in the air does not mean you're safe against a lot of heroes. Bastion pops ulti right now. You're damage boosting. You make an incredible decision to try to attack the Bastion here instead of, for example, damage boosting a DPS. I don't even actually know where your Torb is. Oh, he's went for the backline. This is going to work out, but again, I don't know that I agree with this play. I think that the Bastion kills you in literally, like if I see you right now, I would already be targeting you. I would kill you in less than a second. Bastion does like 300 something DPS. You would literally die in less than a second. And you're flying into his face, into his crosshair. And he only shoots you at the very end. He already took out 75 health from you. And you flew into the center of his screen. So that is not the play. I understand that it's like dangerous because he's flanked your Rhine. So I can understand shooting him with a pistol like this far away, I think would be fine, right? Like you're not going to miss shots this far away. But flying into his face like that is suicide. It just happens to work out. You also missed the melee. You see coming out here, and then you're just going to die to lava. Right? Like you see the lava out here. Maybe you thought it was your friendly Torb. Is it lava? Actually, that might be friendly towards lava. Yeah, it's friendly towards lava. You're just going to die to a headshot from the left click. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, once you come out here, you're very out of position because of where you were. I think that you try to save the Torb, and then you should have immediately flown back when that happened. This is tough, though. I mean, your reaction time to do something here is pretty low. And then I think that's basically the push. Yeah, that's the push. Okay. So, recapping. Biggest tips. Number one, damage boost more, right? Damage boost your DPS in particular more, right? Range DPS, great people for you to be damage boosting. They're always dealing consistent damage. Increasing that damage changes breakpoints, allows them to get kills, stops pushes, right? Wins fights, etc. So damage boost more, like significantly more still. Number one. Number two, don't prioritize your tank that much when you have another support whose job it is to keep the tank alive, right? If it's a Moira, great, right? If it's like leave him alone. If it's like a Brig, yeah, probably some of your time is going to be spent healing the tank. If it's a Zen, I would question whether or not you should be playing Mercy with Zen, but if it's a Zen, yeah, you're going to be healing the tank a lot more. But with a Moira or a Baptiste or an Ana, don't even worry about the tank for the most part. Like, let the tank do their business. Even if the tank drops down to half, keep damage boosting your DPS if they have a good angle to get kills. That's far more likely to swing the fight than an extra 55 health a second to your tank, which is generally not going to make much of a difference. So, number one, again, the damage boosting more. Number two, don't prioritize your tank. Number three, be careful with your positioning. I would say that you are overexposed at times unnecessarily. And number four, I would say wild, risky decision making, like Valking in to stop that point and trying to or successfully killing that Bastion in Valk form. I disagree with those plays. Again, other Mercies may have a different take, but my take is I do not think those are consistent plays that you can climb with. I think very quickly you will run into players that will punish you dramatically for doing stuff like that. I just don't think that is a reasonable strategy to climb with. I think just play relatively safe, use Valk. But going after a Whittle or somebody with pistol, that's fine, right? Flying into a Bastion in assault form into the middle of a screen, that's death. Even if he's down to 175 health, I think that's death for you. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully it's helpful.